Everything on my YouTube is real statements, real things that happen. Nothing is fake, nothing is acted, nothing is orchestrated by myself. I didn't pretend, I didn't make any of these scenarios up. Any false news and accusations that may be out there about me is just false news and accusations. From an attack and assault, premeditated, planned out, intent to harm, spraying of nauseous things that cause people harm, cause bodily harm, attempted murder, and so on, because bodily harm may commit murder. Psychological damaging such as called torture, poisonings in foods, or putting drugs in people's foods. 12 years ago, I was a perfectly fine person. I didn't have a criminal record. Was never arrested before. I didn't have any problems. Till I came back, and my mother was a bitch and slapped me in the face and spit at me, as my file says, when they arrested me for uttering threats to social services, which I did not, because it was only a statement on, does somebody have to go postal or freak out before you guys do something proper, because I was dealing with a man-hater who hates friggin' poverty and thinks everybody should just run out and get a job when there's this little community that's so discriminating and there's no full-time jobs out there. Common fucking sense. But they're so cushy jobs of whatever the government pays them, $40,000 a year or whatnot. Well, nothing I've said was a lie. Everything that I say on these things is the truth and really did happen. I didn't make up one scenario. I've never taken an acting course. You can talk to Robert Abbott, who used to teach at Cedar Hill, Carol Miller, who else was down there? Oh, Miss McRae, Mr. Van Osterhout, the vice principal, Mr. Ransfield, Mr. Emery, and a lot of other ones, even Terrier Tobacco, who have all dealt with me down there, where I was a very quiet person because I was abused at home and didn't feel like talking to anyone. Probably from some head injuries from my father slapping me in the back of the head and always continuously calling me retarded and yelling at me from 3 inches in front of my face. And a mother who didn't give a fuck about nothing other than sitting on her ass waiting for the next paycheck to come in so she could go buy some more food or scratch and win because she didn't want to work. Then she got in an accident and pretended to be injured for 4 years till we moved up to the Comox Valley and started working again. That's how big of a fraud my mom was. I think she got $79,000 for acting that she was that injured. But I'm not 100% sure. So you can check that up as well. Dave Lai, yeah, he was abusive in many ways, physically and mentally, trying to psychologically terrorize people. Yeah, he is a foreigner. He's a British citizen and a member of Hong Kong, which is now China. Ross Joseph Francis of Saskatoon, he's abusive too. Verbally, he always has to be in control and the upper hand and the know-it-all. Likes to pretend to be some type of drug dealer, which is not me. I don't have a white top. I don't weigh 250 pounds and a belly so big it's not funny. And I've never worked for Eggco Products, which sells tractors out of, I think the head office is Regina, and then they have one down in Kansas City. So there you go. Nothing I've said that's gone on in the last 12 years is false. It's real. Plain and simple. Who likes to be abused and tortured and pushed around and bullied all the time? Government sure doesn't like people being bullied. That's why they spend millions of dollars a year in the last 3 years on bully campaigns. Am I a tough guy? Nobody's a tough guy. Not even GSP or Brock Lesnar. It's all an act. Sure, everybody can fight, but some fight better than others. Everybody likes to have their head up in the air and walk around and just be happy with who they are. You don't have to say hi to everybody in life, and you don't have to hand out money to everybody to be in a society. Your only right is your individual right to live life you want to be, by the law, as long as you're not breaking it. So, whatever. There is no RCMP, there is no military, because it doesn't work if somebody has to live in this mannerism and be tortured. And this goes on with them laughing in your face. I didn't bring any harm to anybody in this last 12 years. Like I said in the past, rest Ruby's soul, because, hey, social services should never have kicked off a retiree off of social services and made them live on the street for whatever reason. As they say, how's the words go again? Something like, whatever. Because God doesn't exist, does it? So help me God, I do not lie. Basically and simple. There is no God. Just like you're swearing to the thing. There's no reason to lie. Take it easy.